Now we're going to build a banner or a ribbon that is going to hold our name, or we're going to use it to display our name. Like if we go over to our family crest, I have one pulled up, and one thing we can see, for instance, right here under the Skywalker family, is that it does say where it's from, like Mos Eisley, Tatooine. But in other family crests, sometimes a first name or a last name, or even a saying is used. Looks like a location can also be used. So different banners will have different things. The key thing, though, is that we're creating a curved shape and the look of a ribbon folded over with part of the ribbon at the end. So in trying to go for this particular shape, um, well, I'll show you how we do it in Tinkercad. The easy way I find to do it is to start with a cylinder. And you can go as wide as you want with the cylinder, and that's fine. We just need to make sure that the cylinder is at least higher up than our crest. So just in case, we'll build this off to the side. We'll come back to bring it over. But once you have this first cylinder, we're going to duplicate it. We're pressing Control D, or you're clicking this button up here. And when you duplicate something, usually the first time you duplicate something, it puts it right on top of the object. The reason we're duplicating it is because any shape you have in Tinkercad can either be a solid or it can be a hole. The shortcut is H if you want to use keyboard shortcuts, or you can click right here and we can see that we've turned this into a hole because it has that transparent, like striped look. But once we have that, we can select both objects and we can group them. And once we group them, we have this like kind of half French fry bent shape, which is what we're aiming for because this is where the banner text, if we go back to our examples from before, is displayed. So what we're going to do is we are going to create the rest of the ribbon. And as a cheat, we're just going to duplicate this part and bring it down. And once we brought it down, we can take it and notice that I'm making it smaller, but I'm going to rotate this. And when I rotate this, I'm not going to be too concerned. I would do want it on the inside, and I don't want it as tall. And when I say I don't want it as tall, what I mean is I'm going to look for the square that represents the height, and I'm going to make it shorter. And once I've done that, I want to create the illusion that our banner or the ribbon is starting to fold over. Now, once I have this, I'm going to duplicate it again. And if yours does this, that's fine. Just quickly undo, and I'm going to click off, make sure I have nothing, but I want to select it. And if I did it right this time, yeah, we'll get this shape right here, which is a mirror of that. But the difference is I'm going to rotate it in the opposite direction. Again, I want it to look like it's a ribbon folding over. And if I think it's too big, I'll make it smaller. I'm not afraid to make it smaller. Don't be afraid to make things smaller or to change it. Like, I have students who are afraid to change shapes. I don't know why. And I don't like how this looks. So I'm gonna delete these two. I don't like how they look. I'm gonna try again. Um, Sometimes you gotta realize you can delete stuff and start over. There's nothing wrong with starting over. Just try not to start completely over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to duplicate it. don't think I want it as sharp. I do want it less than the size of this. I think that looks better. And this is about using your judgment as well, so don't panic. Like I'm gonna bring this. The reason I'm bringing this so close to this edge, like I said, I want the illusion of a banner, and this is actually starting to look better. So again, I'm gonna grab the height and just make it shorter. Don't make it too short like this, but make it just definitely shorter. And once I've done that, again, duplicate and did that thing that I didn't like. So I'm gonna press Control Z and undo. Because it didn't select it, I'm gonna select it again. This time, if I duplicate it, it should keep it there. And I think I'm gonna make a bonus video that might explain why every time I duplicate something, it looks like it makes things funny. But we gotta worry about this one first. I'm looking for this rotation. The reason I'm worried about this rotation, I want to rotate this back this way. And again, I'm just trying to make it so it looks like it's a piece of paper or ribbon. And like before, I need to create that illusion. Once you have it in place where it looks decent, I need to do one last thing. I know not make the other one on the other side. I need to put a little cut in here. Now, yeah, you can get like one of these shapes like a roof or pyramid or a wedge. But believe it or not, the shape I'm going to go for, a star. And the reason why I want a star, I like this nice little wedge right here. But this is a solid, so again, I need to turn it into a hole. And once it's a hole, I can move it into place. I'm going to have to make it taller so it can cut into it. And we can even see, if I press F to zoom, we can even see the star cutting in. That's almost what I want. But if I change the direction and move my star, and you see how it looks like it's cutting a nice angle. The only thing I have to do from here is select both objects, group it, shortcut Control G, and it's starting to look like a ribbon. I'm going to move this down just a little bit more. But now I'm going to select both of these two objects, group it. And because I've grouped it, I can once again duplicate, which is Control D. I'm going to move this over. And before I move this over, I'm going to use this mirror tool, this tool right here. I just write this letter M, flip it. When you use the mirror tool, you will sometimes see like 3 sets of arrows. We want it to mirror going left to right. So we're going to click on that. And then we're going to click on the mirror tool to get rid of it. We're going to put that into place. And before I can say I'm done, I'm going to group it one more time. And this is technically done. However, if you really want to sell the look of a banner, we're going to get one more shape, which is this cylinder. And I'm going to take this and move this here. And the reason why I'm going to move this here and make sure it's tall enough to cut through the whole thing is because when I was doing this, I realized, actually I'm going to squish this just to add something to it. When I was doing this, I realized that while the banner is good, it needed that like curve. Well, this one doesn't have a curve, but there's usually a banner too with curves. A lot of these are straight. I saw a banner that had a curved side, but I thought to sell this, literally just grab these two ovals or circle. A circle will be fine. And if I group this now, this is my new banner shape, which when I place over here, I can put a name or words. And how you put your words, there's things like the text tool, or if I go down, I want to say under all shapes, you'll find, um, I think it's on page 2 or page 3, you'll find other text tools, some font text, Hebrew text, um, script. I want to say there's another text tool that I haven't talked about. Let me see. No, not this one. But either which way, oh yeah, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. You can literally change the text to something that you feel best represents you. So if I go in here, art, change the color. I'm gonna probably raise this up with that. And yes, it's a little too big, but that's okay. If some of you remember the color theory project, the complementary color of orange is blue, what really makes it pop. But there you go, a crest and a banner.